welcome. And as I always said, thank you for taking your time to join us. We do this event every second Friday of the month. Today happens to be April 12th, so this is when we get together. It's an event that my good friend Manuela, myself, the owner of this place, Luis Almanzar, and Tony Mendez, whose sister is sitting right there. Hello, Karen Mendez. We started this event 4 years ago.
4 years.
4 years ago.
Wow. Doesn't seem like that long.
Right? I know.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly, and it's been a lot of fun.
It has been, definitely.
And it's been great. It's been 4 years of fun, 4 years of building relationships, 4 years of very much achieving every goal that we set out to achieve. And very much the goals were very simple, was just to...
He wants you to hold it.
Oh, gee, I don't like holding. The goals was to gather professional Latinos and the general community and business owners, and everybody else that is welcome. And very much we decided not to charge a fee, not to have any membership. Manuel and I, we think alike. We think that the more open things are, the better they are, right, Manuel?
That is correct. No strict structure to it, no board, no sort of limiting circumstances. Just let's get together, let's exchange ideas, let's create opportunities and make connections. And that's what really happened.
Exactly.
It's been wonderful.
It sure has. So, I'm going to do this early enough. Take a look at the person to your right and take a look at the person to your left and say hello. and most importantly, remember those two persons, because you know that's what networking is about. By the time you leave here, you should know somebody that you didn't know. And you shouldn't know it just because you saw them, but you should be able to say, "Hola, Karen, ¿cómo está? How are you, Karen?" You know, Karen. So that is the intent. So I decided that I'm going to share two things with you today. And pretty much, needless to say, it's been a great week for me.
Why is that?
Well, the first...
the most important reason I would have to share is because this week, I think it was Monday?
Yes.
On Monday, our friend Tomas celebrated his birth. So we all celebrated the birth of an amazing individual into the world.
Thank
so
you.
I'd like to say happy birthday.
Thank you.
48.
Thank you. Thank you, Manuela. Thank you, everyone. Yes, indeed. Monday was my birthday. And I had to share it with everyone because, you know, it's interesting. I enjoy life so much. And part of the reason that I enjoy life is because I've been so fortunate to have so many people and build so many relationships throughout the year. And I was talking with Maria Romero. Raise your hand, Maria. Hello, Maria. And, you know, and it is one thing to say that. It is another when people actually take their time to fill up my Facebook page from Wednesday. My birthday was Monday, and by Friday, people were happy birthday and this and that. And you know, to me, it's something simple, but it's meaningful. And it is because, again, I consider it a blessing to have relationships like this, to actually build people's trust. Because for people to take care of you, you must give them trust. So I thank every single one of you.
You reap what you sow.
Oh, sound like Maria. Thank you. And the other thing I want to share with you is very much, needless to say, is the experience that gives me the strength to do what I do, and at the same time to treat people the way I treat people, which is with caring. I am a strong believer in that saying, biblical saying, that is, I am my brothers and sisters' keeper. And part of the reason that I believe in that is because a day like today, 216 years ago, my ancestors were thrown from their land in St. Vincent they put them in a boat on March 11, 5,000 Garifunas were put in a boat and were sent to Honduras. Out of the 5,000 that left St. Vincent, only 2,500 made it to Honduras. Only 2,500. So I ended up being a Honduran because of that experience. And because I know my history, because when I look back, I can still trace that history to my family. Needless to say, today is a very important day for me. So again, and it taught me to care about people because, you know, that's what we're here for. So those are the two stories that I wanted to share with you. And before I pass it on to Manuela, I just want to say that I'm glad that I have had the opportunity to partner with our guests here. And again, the pleasure of being able to deal with people. And let me share just quickly that Carmen, besides being friends, she's been a great partner. Up to 2009, I used to administer a program for the Small Business Development Center, the Primer Paso program. And for 5 years, I averaged between 35 and 50 students. And part of the reason was because my dear friend here, Carmen, made it a point to make it her responsibility to collaborate with me by assigning individuals. So did my good friend, dear Claudia Cardoso. And, you know, and I thank you both because what made that program successful nationally was collaboration. I am a big believer in collaboration. Without collaboration, you cannot succeed no matter what. So thank you very much, my friend Carmen. And with that, Manuela Raposo.
Thank you so much. Well, I already welcomed you, so I'll go straight into my presentation of our guest speaker today, and it's Carmen. Carmen has been with the Center for Women and Enterprise, the Providence office, for the past 5 years. She has a diverse array of professional experience that includes educator, community resource representative, job developer, counselor for teenagers, Spanish interpreter and manager. She is also an entrepreneur, having started a learning center in her home country in Dominican Republic, and hopefully you'll say a little bit more about that as you speak about your experiences. Today, she is the program director for the Center for Women and Enterprise in Providence, Rhode Island, and she was awarded the U.S. Small Business Administration Women Business Champion Award in 2010, as well as the Extraordinary Award, Extraordinary Women Award in 2011 in the area of business development. Her dedication, hardworking attitude, and innovative approach make her a known leader in her field, in the fields of business, women's leadership, and community development in Rhode Island. Carmen is married, has 2 children, 2 teenagers, Kenneth and Giancarlos, which one of them is here today.
Kenneth is here.
Kenneth, welcome Kenneth. Hi Kenneth. And they live in Providence. She is very excited, and we are very excited for her as well, because she is starting her master's degree program tomorrow. So congratulations, Carmen.
I'm very excited.
And I am so happy to have you here today. You've been a friend, and we've collaborated in the past in many areas, and I am looking forward to hearing what you have to say. So please help me in welcoming Carmen to our event this evening.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Very, very honored to be here. And yes, I have worked with Tomas, I have worked with Manuela, and with all of you, in one way or another, I have the opportunity to actually collaborate. My good friend Doris Blanchard actually told me, you need to go to the networking event. And I go like, oh no, I go, but I'm not going to speak. Oh yeah, you do. And I appreciate this. You owe me one. But no, I'm very excited to be here. Like Manuela said, I am the program director for the Center for Women and Enterprise, and we are a nonprofit organization that works with women and men to start and grow their own business. Our mission is to actually help women, to empower women to become economically self-sufficient and prosperous through business and entrepreneurship. And we do all that, helping them to acquire all the capacity building that they need, all the training and access to capital that they need. That way they can start and grow their business. Sometimes we said, I have an idea, but I don't know where to start. That's when it would be a great idea to just come and see us. Actually, I would like to say, I'm not going to mention the name, but in the audience, in some client of us, that they came to us and said, hey, what's my next step? And that's what we are for, just to help you to take the next step and to find those, those answers. Or if we are not the right agency, we will be there to find you the right resource. Over the years, we were funded in 2000 here in Rhode Island. We are the Women Business Center for the U.S. SBA and Small Business Administration. And over the years, we have helped. I have the number right here. Yeah, we have helped over 8,600 women and men to create their own business or to grow their business. We have helped entrepreneurs create over 12,900 jobs and generated over $374 million in wages. I mean, that means that we have actually helped with our community. And sometimes you said, what are you doing? Well, just if you start your own business and you are creating a salary for yourself, that's job creation. That right there is one person that is helping the community, working with the community, and is doing something good. That's kind of what we do. Instead, I'm very blessed because I do what I love, and I love what I do. I work with women. 14% of our clients are male. We have a lot of brave men that goes to our center, and they recognize that women rule there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's women power. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, we cannot discriminate, but yes, we have a very protected network, I will say. Women protect themselves. We have a network of confidentiality. They feel very secure, very safe, and that is something that we share. Women can come to the center, they can talk about their experience, their needs, and they can find in us that comfort that we're going to be there to help them take the next step and prepare them. And also we will be, we will be honest. And if we think you're not ready, we will say, you know what, you're not ready to take that step. It will be your decision, and we will be there for you, but we will be there to prepare you to take this step. That way you are ready for success.
Amazing.
That's what we do.
So I have a question.
Yep.
Well, you're a strong Latina woman.
Thank you.
I'd like to hear, if it's okay, and you can say no, but I'd like to hear a little bit about what made you such a strong Latina woman. A little bit about your travels and your path to success. Would you share a little bit about that?
Yes, I actually feel that I am a very successful woman because I feel that I am a very happy woman, an accomplished woman. I have a very strong role model, and that is my mother, a single mother that with 4 children decided, you know what, I'm not going to sit down over here and wait, for anything. She actually is an entrepreneur, and as some of you must know, in our countries, I'm from Dominican Republic, we don't have the resources we have here, but my mother did it, and she actually fought for her kids. That makes me understand that even though she always advocate for us to go to college and do best and have the opportunities that she didn't have, it showed me that I can do it. And I have to say that because of her, I am who I am. I feel that the sky is the limit. And I go for it. And that's exactly what I want my kids and other women to understand, that I believe in the power of we. And when Tomas was talking about collaboration, I do always try to look for collaborations because I'm not an island. I feel that that's what makes me strong. You know, I feel that when we collaborate, when we work together, we can get there, we can do it. But yes, I also have to thank you, those Latinas that when I came back, I live in Rhode Island since 1980s. I moved back home in year 2000 to help my mother to organize a preschool, nursery preschool that she opened. And I was like, what do you know about education? And she said to me, I don't know anything. I am a businesswoman, but I can hire people that knows that. And I went like, okay.
What's your mom's name?
My mom's name is Dulce. Dulce.
Aw.
Dulce.
An applause.
That means sweet,
Dulce.
candy.
An applause to
Yeah.
Dulce. Congratulations, Dulce.
Yeah.
Dulce did an amazing job.
Yeah, and you know, I moved back home. I helped her organize her school, which today it is a preschool that has 304 kids. Yes, we actually bought the 2 houses next. In our school, what we did was we noticed that we were giving, you know, the other school, all our kids, we were referring the kids when they were going to kindergarten to other schools that were coming to us. And she said to me one day, would you like to open a school across the street? And I went like, huh? Don't we have enough here? And we did. And we opened the school. I am the founder of Dulce Despertar Elementary Private School. And that was 2003. This is going to be our 10th year. We already graduated our first promotion, I would say, right, from 1st grade to 8th grade, because we just go to 8th grade. And it makes me feel very proud to say that she always had been the person who told me, just take the next step. I mean, go for it, you know?
That's amazing. Early education is key to the success of all of us. What you learn in those early years is what shapes you throughout your life. So your mom and you, that undertaking was amazing. And I feel very proud.
And actually, I have to say that that is something I always try to tell my clients here. You have a passion, and probably the passion that you have is not necessarily about X industry, you know, but you have a passion about business. Go for it. You know, see what is it that actually moves you. And that's what it is. I have learned from my mother that if you hire the right people, you're going to be successful.
A very good lesson.
Yeah, that's
Very
it.
good lesson.
That's
It is.
But
That's
yeah.
excellent. Thank you, Carmen. Does anyone have
Any questions?
questions?
Comments?
Words of encouragement?
Come on, Doris. Come on, Doris. You brought her.
Come on.
Come on, don't be shy.
Carmen, being shy? I'm shy. Carmen, can you tell us about what do you think about our small business owners here in the state of Rhode Island? I mean, and we work together about on initiatives for our small business owners here. So I want them to hear about what is the Center for Women in Enterprise working on, so we can develop more resources for our small business owners here.
Okay, well, what did I think? Well, the business owners in Rhode Island are suffering. And that is something that we all know. You know, we are all suffering. You know, credit is still really bad. The access to capital is really difficult. But my point with all this is, doesn't make no difference how bad it is. You need to get yourself ready for it. You know, as we know, especially, I'm going to say this, small business owners usually is one person, the most two. When you are 3 people working in your business, you feel like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. It's difficult to take the time to go and train yourself and get the training that you need and get, you know, put together your business plan and actually get yourself ready to present to a bank that you are able and capable of X, Y, or Z that you want to do. Especially when we talk about access to capital. We have a lot of business owners that with very little amount, they can probably move to the next step, you know? And you know what we all did with Primer Paso, and a lot of them got to the next step. Nowadays, it's difficult, but it's needed. You know, no one is going to sit down with you if you don't actually know your finances. No one is going to hear from you if you don't have a business plan and you understand where you're going. And that's what we're seeing, that they don't have the time, but they need it. Means that, you know, like they would say, we're in catch-22, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
They have to make the time.
They have, that's the bottom line. You have to take the time and say, you know what, I'm going to take the time, I'm going to put together my business plan, I'm going to organize my finances, and I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to say, okay, I am ready. You know, when you are ready, and you can prove to the bank that you are, I can tell you, we will help you to fight that fight. We will help you to fight that fight. But if you're not ready, and I ask you, okay, can you talk to me about your profit and loss? And you are like, duh. And we see that every day. And you talk to them and you said, okay, can you tell me please how much money you made last year? Oh, I don't know. Okay, who should I ask to? You are the business owner. You know, and that's one thing that I always say. I don't want you to be your own accountant. I don't want anyone to take that job from Ann. But, right? Yeah, but I need you to understand your finances. You know, because if you don't, how are we going to get ahead? That's the bottom line, and that's what I see. I see a lot of people that has a lot of business owners that they come to us. They have the potential to grow. They have the potential. They actually have everything to growth. All those indicators that we're looking for, and they are the only one holding themselves up. That's it. But that's what I see. You work with me. Do you see anything different?
I have a question. How do you deliver that message to the small business owners, especially because a lot of the Latinos in particular don't speak the language, they don't speak English? How do you deliver that message that you just delivered here to them, and how do you get them to put that into practice?
We tried our best. It's really sad what I'm going to say, and please, no disrespect to anyone. We are the laziest. We are the group that actually is doing the least, the Spanish one, okay? Doris can tell you, we're running a class right now in Spanish. Everything is in Spanish. We started with 8. It's one person standing. Wow. One person standing.
Why do you think that is? Because of the time constraints or what?
You think it's motivation?
I don't think it's motivation. I think that you get overwhelmed. It is a lot of work. And you tell them at the very beginning of the class, look, it's going to be a lot of work. You have to dedicate at least 3 hours. Maria, you did your business plan with us. You have to dedicate at least 3 hours a week. You know, and I know that sometimes you don't have the time, but think about what you're going to get when you actually put together your business plan. We go out, we go in the community, we do forums. Actually, Kenneth, Norelis, will you please pass this around? We're doing totally free seminars for the Latino community. It's in the paper, it's in the radio. So far, Facebook. It's here. It's everywhere. So far, we have 7 people for Monday. It's going to be this. It's this Monday. It's going to be a starting point for people to learn. It's difficult. It's very difficult, and sometimes we get frustrated. We have to go ahead and keep going because we know it's a major issue. It's a need out there.
Do you think it is because they haven't helped identify the priorities for those business owners? Because what I see is, you know, they are disoriented. They don't know what to do. They know that they get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and be in the business until 12 o'clock. And they have to put bread on the table because they are working like us. But probably they haven't identified the priorities, and it had to be that agent to say, hey, these are your priorities. Do I understand you? What do you want? I think that the communication has to be more effective.
I agree up to a point, because I believe a lot in that I can bring you to the river, but I cannot make you drink the water.
That's the truth.
And I, like I said, we offer the classes. I go in the community. I sit down with them. I talk to them. Because I have a great group of consultants, we talk to them. We explain to them the pros and cons of having a business, especially let's talk about the business plan. I have clients. I'm going to give you an example. I have a client. What I said to them, the very first thing, what do you need? In good Spanish, dinero, cuarto, yo necesito dinero. Okay. That's the very first thing they said. Okay, you need money. Okay, how much money you need? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Okay, what are you going to do with the money? Oh, I don't know. Money, I need money. Okay, we need to know what are we going to do with the money. We need to know how much money we need. Okay, for me to help you to put all that in writing, we need to start putting together a plan. Yeah. I mean, I always use this analogy. You don't take your luggage and say, okay, I'm leaving on vacation today. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to go. You have to have a plan, And it's like I said to them, if you want to grow, okay, I understand that. How much do you want to grow? Which ones are your plans? I mean, do you want to have one more employee? Do you want to two? Do you want to extend your hours? What do you want to do? Okay, and that's what we do. And like I said, we start with 8. This one was a small group. We started it with 8. And to have one, and you know what? I have to commend this lady. She comes from Fall River. Wow. Fall River. Because in Fall River, nothing is in Spanish.
You're going to give her a star, right?
Oh, we will. We will.
2 stars.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. I mean, sometimes you try to, and I understand, trust me, because when you are the only one in a grocery store from 6 to 9, 10 o'clock at night, you don't want to think about homework. And it's overwhelming because it's a lot of homework. You have to do a lot of research, right, Tomas? No, it's a lot of homework. I mean, for you to get all this ready, you need to go. But it's not the same when you pay someone else to do your business plan and you go to the bank and they start asking you questions and you don't know. Actually, I have a client and what they told him was, get the person to put the plan together for you and I will give them the loan. Means that's what I see. I see that instead of maybe putting it that way, that they don't have their priorities straight, is that we need to maybe get more support and try to get them. And maybe, I don't know, maybe putting a focus. I know we did a focus group about a couple of months ago, just to try to find out what exactly do the Latino business owners need. And one of the things that came up was that they want the classes to be in the community. Okay? And that's going to be our next step, is try to bring the classes to them.
I would say also, helping them understand that it's okay not to know everything. I mean, as an entrepreneur, you think that you have everything that you need in order to be able to, you have this idea, you have the process in your head, so you feel like, okay, I can take over the world, I can do this, I'm a smart person, but it's okay not to know every step.
Exactly.
It's okay, and it's not a sign of weakness, it's just something that you need to learn, so it's all right.
It's all right, and that's what we're here for. And I always said to all the participants that come through the doors, if I don't know, we're going to find out together, because that doesn't mean that I know everything either. We're going to find out together, we're going to learn together, and also, if we are not the right agency, I will definitely refer you to the agency that's going to be able to help you.
And I can attest to that.
Do you think that the Chamber of Commerce, and I will say probably the Chamber of Commerce, Central Ryan Chamber of Commerce, all the other Chamber of Commerce should be get together and come with a plan to help the small business, not only small Latino business owners, all those we are minority. But I think I feel like something is missing in the chain.
about the chamber. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to put you in the spot, but
Don't do that.
Okay, she doesn't want to talk about the chain, so we're going to move on to the next question.
Next question. That's
No,
no.
I know. My opinion about that is the chambers have a lot to offer as soon as they start fighting each other,
That's true. Exactly.
right?
I agree.
As soon as they stop fighting each other and competing each other, they probably will have a lot to offer to the business owners,
Exactly.
all business owners, because right now, it's not just even the Latino one.
Yeah. Exactly.
None of them are doing anything for the business owners.
Well, darn. That's
That's it. That's it.
Let's take this over.
And I'm just going to add to what Carmen just said. And the other thing is, when they see Latino businesses or any other businesses as somebody who needs help and not just for their membership fees.
That's it.
That's the other thing.
That's the
oh,
problem.
you mentioned that.
Claudia.
Claudia.
I think for me, the experience that I had at Acción, helping business owners to get access to traditional lending opened my eyes to many things. And I feel, we can't say Latinos are this or that. I think, we have so many different packets of Latinos. You look at people like Joshua Zapata, completely bilingual, bicultural. But we do have certain segment of the Latino business community that are very stuck in the way that, they have been doing business for a very long time. And it was working because unemployment wasn't as bad as it is now, because they didn't have competition like Price Right, and they didn't have so many like huge, supermarkets having Hispanic products on them. So I feel like we need to get together and start telling stories, like empower and mobilize business owners to tell about, for them to be able to tell how they had been able to grow their business, or how they had been able to improve their credit scores, how they had been able to delegate more in exactly. So I think we have great organizations such as the Center for Women Enterprises, BDC, SCORE. Actually, here is one of the SCORE volunteers. But none of these organizations have money to market themselves. We always fall short on marketing the great programs that we have. So you go to the streets, you rely on PSAs on the radio, but I feel like what we really, really need is a motivational campaign or an educational campaign where we're telling stories and empowering people to drink the water. As you say, you can take them to the river, but they have to have that thirst to want to drink the water. So,
Yeah, I actually feel that is true. At the same time, I feel that if you really, really want something, nothing is going to stop you. You have to go for it. And I'm very happy, actually, to put the name with the face right now, and I'm glad that you mentioned it, because it was needed for SCORE to have a Hispanic counselor. Yes, to have a Hispanic counselor. But in the other hand, I'm going to go back to Catch 22. All these three organizations that are doing all this work, we are federally funded. We have grants, and most of those grants are actually leaving the state, some of them, because they haven't been used because they don't come to classes, they don't come to train. And doesn't make no difference that you go and I try. Like I said, I can give you all the motivation that you want, but if you don't want to hear it, doesn't make no difference. You said something that actually I have to totally concur with you, and it is that a lot of our business owners, they look at we were doing business, let's say 7-8 years ago, that you go to a bank and you said, hey, you were my banker for a couple of years, I need $5,000, I need $10,000, and they go like, oh, okay, not a problem, Friday I give you a check. Those days are gone.
But if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're able to bring the message to more people, if you're you can identify, no, people is going to identify themselves. So those that really want a class, that really want to learn, that really want to change things, are going to sit in your class,
Oh, I
rather than those that
definitely
you're trying to
understand.
pull over because you just don't have the money to advertise. And to
No,
talk about.
I agree, and that's why, you know, forums like this are so important for us,
Exactly.
because we don't have money for marketing at all.
Okay, I'm going to interject here. And I'm going to say what I say when the conversation is getting too big. I will ask the following question. How will you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. Thank you.
I would have to
Exactly.
start really low,
So
very short.
this elephant is getting too big. We're not going to resolve it tonight. But very good points have been brought up. And I want to say the following. One of the we talk about excellent presentation, excellent services, and the exchange. But what I'm gathering from all of this is that we, as individuals and participants of the community, need to collaborate and get involved. Because we have access that institutions don't have, and so we need to come together and maybe a forum or something, you know, and put strategies so that we can embed ourselves into the community along with all these institutions.
I would just have to add to that I, throughout my many years of social service and providing services to the communities, I have learned one thing, and that is that people will come when they trust you, when they know you, and when they
Exactly.
understand
Exactly.
that you have their best interest at heart.
Right.
So you
They-
bring your friends,
Exactly.
because that's the only way to do it.
Yep.
You are the one who knows your partner. You're the only one who knows the person on the street that you go to every day and buy a loaf of bread, that business. So you are the connection. You are the one that they trust, and that's what's going to make it happen. I firmly believe in that.
Doris.
Okay, and the microphone is not on. Okay. And that was the main reason why I invited Carmen to be here, because I think we had a conversation with Tomas and about how can we reach out to our business community, and we do know we have the resources at Center for Women Enterprise, and I think that we all need to become the ambassadors, you know, to work, and it takes a village, you know, like you say, Manuela, you know, I may know a business owner that it wants to grow, wants to, you know, maybe doesn't have a business plan. So we all know. So you know what Carmen can provide through that Center for Women Enterprise. So, you know, just spread the word, you know, and that will be the only way that we can teach our business owners about the resources and about, you know, what do they need to have to move forward.
Absolutely. They say it takes a village to grow, to raise a child. It also takes a village to make every single business stronger and sharper and better capable to sustain themselves.
You know, I'm just going to follow up with, I'm writing an article, and I start with that premises, and premises, you know, which is an African proverb, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. But I proceed to say, life has taught me that it takes a village to accomplish anything in life.
That is absolutely right.
You know, anything. It's like,
Anything.
you know.
And if may I add, and I'm sorry, just 1 second. I have to say that I have great collaborators, and I want to thank them, because as Doris just said, this is what I needed. You know, a lot of people actually, they hear Center for Women and they think that it's just for women. We actually work. I know, we rule in there, don't worry about it. Women rule. I know, but, you know, we help you in anything. We help you if you want to, you know, learn about credit. We help you how to improve your credit. We help you to put your plan together. We help you to actually define your idea. Whatever it is, even just to sit down, have a conversation, probably just have a cup of coffee and sit if you're ready. Sometimes you have a moment in life that you feel that, you know, I'm ready to do this. And actually when you start thinking about it, you're not. And that's what I would like to do. You know, have more of our business owners, instead of taking the next step without being ready, just to sit down with us And that way we will know if we can help you to be successful. It's so sad to see that so many businesses are closing just because they probably took the wrong decision without having the right resources to help them. And some businesses, hey, we have to realize we have businesses closing for $5,000, people.
Exactly.
And when we talk $5,000, it's 1 or 2 jobs that we're losing right there, and it's really sad because you go like, oh my God, and that's what we are here for. And if you feel that we can help anyone, please feel free just to give them our number, and we will try our best to help them.
And don't forget, thank you for the word, Doris. We all becoming ambassadors of Carmen and the Center for Women Enterprise. And I must attest, for the guys who are afraid, yes, I've been there. They don't bite.
No, we don't. Actually, we don't. And it's always a lot of food. It's always a lot of food, right?
Yes, indeed. You treat it well,
I know.
and,
We have fun.
So give it a try, referring to male friends and everything.
Yeah.
I think Anne had a question.
Oh, this.
I just have the problem that I used to have with the Spanish people is that if you don't speak the language, they not feel very comfortable to talk to you. So my good friend Joshua, he always helped me, to interpret, the communication, because when any Spanish business people come to me, and one thing I discover is that when they have, they audit them, and they will say to Anne, I cannot speak English. I don't believe it. But when I say, musho, musho, they start communicating in English right away.
Because you tried.
Right.
Eh?
You tried.
Because you try.
Yeah, because I tell you, because most of the business owners, they have all the information.
Yeah.
When they audit them, the information is sitting in the, in their stores, but they don't know what to do with those information. And they say, oh my God, we close. I said, no, don't close your shop. Let's see, what do you have? Bring all your receipt. Oh, they say, oh, no. But it's sitting down there. It's very sad that they're not very well organized. That you have to sit down, I like one-on-one with my client. I train, I tell them like a baby. I have to educate them, show them how to walk. You step by step. And once you show them, this is what I realized, with the Spanish community. Once you show them, let them know if you do this, this is your benefit. If you don't do this, this will be the outcome. They will listen to you and follow you. And once they trust you, they will do everything you want them to do. But what is lacking most is the education, and there is a lot of people out there, they give most of the business owner, wrong information. So if there can be, more education about how they run business in this country. I'm from Nigeria, it's just like Puerto Rico and Dominica.
Latin American.
It's different. We do everything the same way, the way that you guys do it in your country too. But it's different here. It's just like when people come from my country, I say, oh, no. Here is different. Here is documentation. And people need to know that documentation in this country is very, very important. And if you say you have a business, you are not well organized, you don't have your documentation, that is not business. And you will end up paying the government what you're even supposed to pay. But I think that in the Spanish community, they really need that education a lot. And I really thank God for coming, the Women Enterprise. That is a very great resource for them. Thank you, Carmen.
Education is key.
Well, the conversation is good, but it's 8 o'clock.
So we must move on. Yes.
So we must move on. But Carmen, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Carmen.